Okay, welcome and welcome back, and thank you for joining us. It's me, Rudy, and we're back with another episode of Shadowrun Triptych, Episode 3, The Soulless. When we last left off, the team had gotten uh, almost exploded, I guess, is probably the best way to put it, by somebody with a bomb vest, and are now returned home to the base. Unfortunately, you guys received reports early this morning that Swift didn't pass his psych test and will be held for further questioning. The rest of you, say hi, everybody.
Howdy.
Hi.
Hello.
Can make body tests because
So-
you've had a day to rest.
Great.
Let's do it.
You just roll body and that's it.
Body times 2, if you have quick healer, you can add that. Oh, you'd have a plus 10 to this, everyone.
Oh, plus 10 to that?
Yeah, you guys are in the infirmary. The facilities here are quite good.
Right, waiting on my character sheet to load. Okay. Is it just body?
No, it'll be body times 2 plus 10.
Body times 2 plus 10.
Yeah. 5 times 2 plus 10. Gotcha. Another roll.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, God. So a total of 12.
That's the amount of physical boxes you heal.
Great, I kind of needed this after standing point blank in that last.
3 plus 10.
Body
So-
times 2 plus 10.
Yeah, it rolled it separately.
I see that.
It looks like I got 3
Oh, that was weird.
plus 10, but there's no plus 10 on it. The plus 10's after that, so it should be 13.
You
Okay.
should roll 10 dice.
Right.
Where's that thing for that?
So 3 plus 2, 3, 4, 5, so 8.
That's how many physical you heal.
That.
You guys spend the day lounging, hooked up to machines and healing and stuff. Partway through the day, Danny comes back and gives you the report about Swift. And unfortunately, they don't have a replacement for you at the moment. He also talks about the gentleman you brought back, or the two gentlemen you brought back, the informant and the guy in the mask. Strangest thing, he says. The fellow in the mask doesn't seem to remember anything before the mask was put on him. Get this, at the Olympics in 2064.
Huh.
So like 10 years previously.
Yeah, 15.
What happened to them?
To the guy?
What happened to the guy in 2064?
Apparently somebody met him in a bathroom. He was kind of drunk at the Olympics. Offered him this mask. And that's the last thing he remembers. Until
What
you
happened
guys
after?
pulled it off of him.
Oh.
So what
Oh.
of the artifact? They learned anything about that?
Yes, a powerful foci, though what it's used for is unknown. It appears to be like a targeting focus, something to that effect.
Well, damn.
Okay.
Keep
Is
that
it-
thing away from me.
The screens on the side of the room flicker from the various readouts and so on, and then show what looks like cell phone footage, and then also footage from a drone. This is happening now, and they show what appears to be a small jungle village. From the cell phone's point of view, it's somebody sitting at like a cafe, drinking mate, and they're filming their partner, and then somebody screams, and as they turn, 5 figures float, surrounded in green glowing orbs, through the village, basically pointing at anyone they can see and like vaporizing them. And they flow through, bringing buildings down and slashing things in half with this like strange arcane energy. The cell phone follows until they get closer and then moves to run, and after sort of some panicked faffing about, the cell phone hits the ground and just sort of stares up at the sky. The feed cuts. This is happening right now, someplace in Amazonia. How is everyone's healing going?
I'm good to go. Question: are the figures floating in their Eldritch energy wearing masks like the other gentlemen?
They are indeed.
So this isn't just a random occurrence, that this is a targeted sort of thing, clearly.
Some sort of terror attack, I suppose. We would like you to get on site and gather whatever information you can. We figure this is our best lead.
Okay. Can we look up on the Matrix quickly for the 2064 and Olympics? Were there any reports of anything like this back around that time?
Sure. Who's doing the search?
I can do a search. Would I have any bonuses to looking for the specific information?
Nope. Computer intuition.
All right. Looks like 2 successes. Not a lot of information out there.
It wasn't the Olympics. It was the World Cup.
Okay. So there are some inconsistencies in the story. But it was 64?
2064, they hosted the World Cup.
And any similar reports that come up from that time or just thereafter?
Nothing to this effect. You do notice an uptick in tourists going missing.
How many?
A handful over the time.
Okay.
The footage sort of slows down and replays. Everybody can make a perception test if they like. Is anybody still wounded?
I have 1 box.
Okay.
No.
I have 2 boxes of wounds.
Three successes.
6.
2.
2.
Agatha, you notice that the the people floating with the masks on, there's nothing really unifying them except for the masks. In that they're all dressed very differently, men, women, different ethnicities and genders. Zargan, you notice that the way that they're dressed is vastly different because they appear to be from different time periods, and they're all dressed in like rags.
Are they all human?
Hard to tell with the mask, but no, you do see some pointed ears.
Well, golly, I don't know what that would mean.
Well, what we can take from this image here is that they're much like our other gentlemen, just picked at random, and the mask is the real key there. Like this could be anyone. This could be your mom. This could be your neighbor. Just plucked off the street, slapped the mask on.
Would I see anything in the matrix when looking at them? Any signatures or any activity?
You mean on the video? No, not through the video. You would have to physically travel. I mean, you'd have to like matrixly travel there and then scan from a device there.
No. I don't. I wouldn't need.
You can't look at a video feed and
Well, I suppose
matrix
theoretically
perceive.
she could get over there from here through the matrix.
That's what I'm saying.
But that noise would be insane from this distance.
Yes. Yeah.
Do they all look relatively physically fit?
They all look a bit emancipated.
I just wonder why they all been chosen anyway.
They were nearby and vulnerable.
I suppose.
So I would like to ask the dude in the mask. How old were you when you went to the Olympics? And that was 20 years ago. What does he look like now?
He's probably in his 20s.
Yes.
So perhaps these masks keep the people wearing them from aging.
I just wonder what the unifying, link between them is. Why would they be chosen? Do they have any particular assets that would be good for blowing stuff up magically?
He is awakened.
Ah.
Which
What does
would be
Swappa have to say
necessary,
about
I
this?
suppose.
What does Hualpa have to say about this?
Who?
The leader of the Amazonia.
Tuatha?
Hualpa?
We're not.
Hualpa. Are there any statements being made?
We're a secret organization. We're not reporting to anyone.
No, but I mean, has the dragon that leads Amazonia made any Hualpa, has he made any statements or news coverage, or like if this is happening in his state, would he not be making some kind of public statement?
This is not a public broadcast.
Okay.
This was obtained by other means.
Yeah, if anything, I imagine Walpa might be trying to downplay the scenario, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
What's
In
in this
fact-
particular area that's so important for them to send out an army of green masked men?
It's a good question. That's why we want you to check it out.
Can do.
Also, you should probably downplay your affiliations. We are not popular in Amazonia. ever since the war.
I don't know nobody. I don't talk to nobody. I just do my job. So when we leaving?
Is everybody in fighting shape?
I mean, I'm feeling pretty good.
I have one box of physical stuff.
I've only got 2 boxes of physical, so I think I'll be ready to rock and roll.
Nothing a plane ride nap can't fix.
All right, gear up. Get yourself on the tarmac.
Okay.
Already moving.
Grab my things and go.
Is everybody's gear just straight up ready to go?
I suppose Argon would need help, sailing into his armor.
And I'll pick up my weapons and things that we had to get at the front,
Well, we came in fully packed and dropped off.
Right.
We've been getting pumped full of drugs and healing stuff for a couple days.
But we can pick up our weapons on the way out, right?
That reminds me. One of the squirrely lab techs rolls up with a tray of what look like auto injectors and says, one for everyone. Here you go. This should keep you up should you guys find yourself in a similar situation.
Well, thank you.
We're calling them heel jabs.
Heel jabs. Jab heel.
Do I need to take it when I'm down, or do I take it now?
Take it perhaps before you're down, but not now.
All right, that's cryptic, but
I think that's pretty straightforward.
I'll definitely listen to your advice.
Like an EpiPen for bleeders.
Right. Oh no, my organs.
You could say that. Yeah, sure.
Take it well before you're about to die. Don't wait that long, but don't take it until you've taken some damage.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Well, all right.
I didn't know you were a man of science, Mierdador.
I know many things.
Zarga just explains. Remember when Buscemi was in the back of the car in Reservoir Dogs, and he's like, "I'm fucking dying." Right before then, that's when you take it.
I think I got the idea.
Precisely. Well, good luck.
Reservoir Dogs?
Yeah. Ancient Tridian. Good stuff.
Yeah, I watched
that.
I rewatched that not terribly long ago.
Oh, it's like a BTL. All right.
Yeah.
Not a BTL I'd want to take it.
Right? I don't want to be Steve Buscemi in that BTL.
Yeah, no thanks. Anyway, so you guys pack up and make your way out to the ship. And you fly.
Say they all just wanted us to get some information. Is that what he wanted? Because I brought quite a lot of explosives with me. I don't know if I overdid it or what.
Patting the stinger leg.
You can never have too many explosives.
Well, that's damn true.
Can I watch a little BTL on the flight and then take a little nap? Before we get there?
You could, yes, if you really want to experience a BTL on the way. You just getting your fix.
Yeah.
So, question for the Kathleen. Your girl's a satyr, right?
Satyr, yeah.
Satyr.
So Mirador's kind of looking down, and it's like, what do you do for shoes as a satyr?
Well, I mean, I just don't put any on.
Okay.
I feel the ground underneath my hooves is a little bit easier, unless I need it for a little something. My little hooves. Is that you making fun of my hooves there?
No.
Affirmative.
No. Mirador wanders over. It's like, so
stop doing that. They ain't like that.
Little about those hooves.
No,
they're pretty damn big. You crush a man's skull with these two bad boys right here, and I give a little kick. My little goat legs.
A little clippity clop.
Sometimes I put metal shoes on them if I really want to give someone a bad time. Kick them right in the face.
Little spikes on the end.
Well, yeah. So I had a message where these couple of guys came in with a special request for my club back at home, and
Oh Lord.
well, they were specifically looking for satyr girls only. They want them covered in pink and purple body paint and glitter.
Like,
Yeah,
can you help me out?
Something like that.
Well, you're talking to the wrong girl if you think I'm going to get all prissed up for some kind of pictures.
Not
Nah,
pictures.
I'm more about getting these things covered in blood. You know what I mean? This is why I run these shadows.
Like, he runs a brothel.
Ah, do ya? Well, no, that's not something I'm looking forward to or looking to get into. I make enough money doing what I love instead of what other people love, I guess.
I don't necessarily mean you, but maybe you know somebody that wants some quick cash and doesn't mind called Twilight Sparkle Nutsy something.
You know, those explosives would make really good pocket warmers.
I'm starting to think I might have to unleash a couple here in a minute if this conversation doesn't end.
Back up, Dwarf.
Hey, I'm just asking. This is too weird for me.
Right? He says,
yeah, you got it.
Personal.
I'll keep it in mind.
So you can relax a bit. Like, leave her alone.
Thanks. Yeah, again, like if you ever want to get a real close look at this, if you don't mind just bending down, I'll kick you straight in the face anyway. So.
Hey, you want to kick those two, the execs that were asking for it? Be my guest.
Yeah, well, if they want to die, then that's fine with me. It'll be their last hooray. And for God's sake, I don't prance, boy. Stop making fun of my hooves. And I cross my legs and I start like just looking at my equipment, fiddling around with my grenades and stuff like that. Sure would be a shame if one of these went off in the air.
Well, for y'all.
Yeah, Mir just was like, yeah, sounds like rainbow farts, and goes back to the head.
Rainbow farts. Stupid.
Boys today.
And thus we have occupied the flight over.
But anyway, what were they saying about this gig again? They just wanted us to check it out, make sure, try to get some information on these.
It seems like stealth and reconnaissance is in order. Of course, if someone starts slinging green lightning bolts at me, he pats the rocket launcher in his lap, you know.
Do you think he wanted to bring any of them back, or just take them out when we see them, or?
At the very least, the masks. The body's connected to them.
Doesn't really matter.
Sometimes high explosives do their thing, you know.
Yes, well, I do love that. I'm just wondering what exactly I might be able to do in this particular case. I mean, I can bust us in a place, but I don't really know too much about flying green men.
Yeah, this isn't exactly my wheelhouse either, but yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Is anybody else into that magic stuff? Does anybody else do any of that, or?
No, he failed his psych valve.
Yes, that other man. He's gone. Well, that's too bad. I guess we'll just have to get as much information as we can. Was this at a tourist resort, or was it? I wasn't listening too well. I was still kind of conked out on the drugs.
A pretty popular tourist spot, but actually just a village, but great coffee and quite a picturesque scene. You guys touch down sort of off in the trees in a swath of destruction.
Yeah.
Well, looks like I already been here.
You guys pack out. The pilot sort of nods to you and then closes the door behind you, basically, as you guys pack out and make your way into the village. any tourism that was going on here, or yesterday, basically, by the time you guys got here and got packed up and everything, have moved on or is dead, and you can see that the remaining tribesfolk are making piles of bodies amidst these scorched and half destroyed huts and so on. Large black marks score the ground in a variety of places, and you can see that some people must have returned fire because casings cover the ground in a few areas with sort of wetter piles, or wetter drag marks, I should say. But despite the sort of horrible scene on the ground, the surrounding area is incredibly beautiful.
So,
Looking around, do we see any of these masked men on the ground? Is there any signs of them? Any of them been taken out?
Does not appear to be that any of them, actually.
Just villagers.
Villagers, tourists, it appears.
What kind of a network is around here?
There is none. You've landed in sort of the top of the Tepui Mountains. These massive outcroppings of rock, basically. Not far from Kanaima.
Any electronics?
The nearest tower that you can pick up, the nearest signal, is about a kilometer off.
Cool. I'm gonna be helpful, guys.
Can you shoot a gun? You'll still be helpful.
Sure.
Sure, yeah.
Sure thing.
As long as you can shoot a gun, you'll still be helpful.
There are devices, but as far as the general network goes, and you're connected to everybody else.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Not feeling nervous about it at all.
I would suppose there'd be a satellite uplink in the bird as well.
Something I can take with me, like
in
a
your
sat phone?
jet. Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
I kind of sling my backpack over my shoulder and kind of trot off towards the villagers just to start looking around for any signs of these awakened men with these masks.
The villagers appear hesitant about you as you first approach.
Yeah, of course, I'm sure. I don't have any language skills or anything, so I just give them a friendly nod and a wave.
I assume they speak Spanish.
One of them shakes his head, and another one says something back to you in what sounds like Portuguese.
Oh, you fucker.
Sonia?
Does anybody at all speak whatever I'm speaking right now?
Spanish. I think you're speaking Spanish.
Unfortunate. Well, I got Spanish and I got English and or Zet. So I say hello in each one of them and hope that someone might understand what I'm saying.
No, probably not Japanese.
Probably not.
You try for some time with the tribesfolk, and a
translator up on my comm.
A guy sort of seems to be listening to your conversation off to the side.
Do I notice him listening in?
Yeah.
What's he look like?
He's wearing a khaki shirt and shorts. He has quite a bit of blood on him. It looks dried at this point. Tan skin, dark hair. maybe in his 30s. He's got a bandana tied around his neck.
Been a hell of a day. You want a cigarette?
Smoking, no.
You want a drink?
See. Drink.
I'll pull out the little flask that I have in my backpack and pull out a little tin cup that I keep with me and pour him one, hand it to him.
Yeah, salute.
I swig mine out of the thing. You want to tell us a little bit of what went on here today?
See, my Spanish is so-so.
Better than nothing, boy.
The Flying Man Mountain came
down
here, shoot everyone.
Did they happen to say anything while they were flying by, or were they silent?
Screaming.
They were screaming?
All screaming.
It's a hell of a time.
Agony.
Say again?
Agony.
Yes.
Agony, delightful.
Are you doing all right? And I kind of look at him.
Is not me.
Well, I hope it wasn't someone that you're gonna miss.
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry to hear that. Look, we're trying to help you people out a little bit, so anything that you can give us or show us be greatly appreciated. We want to get to the bottom of this particular attack. You don't happen to see or know where they went off to, in what direction they were flying from?
Mountain.
They came up from the mountain?
Village. And you see, as he points to the village, you can clearly see their path through it. The scorch marks on the buildings and the corpses. It seemed they swept down and through and then off and to the right. And then he sort of points out into the jungle. It says there.
Did they seem particularly interested in anything in the village, or just a flyby?
One of the tribes folks says something off to the side, and a man dressed more overtly. He appears to be adorned in some finery, as far as they would have finery. Nods and says something and makes like a motion as if he is plucking.
They grabbed something on their way out then? Can you show me where it was?
He points to the person beside him, and then he points to the guy you were talking to, and he points to himself, and then he makes that plucking motion.
They take some of you?
At his own shoulders. He nods and points up at the sky, talking.
Well, thank you very much for this information. I have to go back to my crew and relay some things, but if you guys just don't mind waiting there, we might be able to get you some medical help here in a minute too. So just hang tight.
The man dressed in the finery raises a hand to you, and then makes a motion about flying people, and he points off in the jungle in the same direction the other guy was saying, and then makes a motion like this.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Makes a motion like he's cupping under his hand.
Was something carrying it?
he points to the jungle and then makes that cup motion and then points to the ground.
Somebody was digging and scooping up ground or cutting trees off.
You ain't talking about like a I want to say like a baby. Did they pick up a baby? Is that what you're trying to say with this cupping motion? A kid?
Sort of stares blankly at you.
I stare just as blankly back at him.
And you're gonna have to use some words. I don't get it. I'm not a mime.
Pardon my
They're definitely taking people somewhere.
Boxes is what I said.
They're making undead plant zombies.
Are they undead?
I doubt it.
Because that boy seemed awfully alive back at the lab.
Yeah, he was definitely alive.
Well, no, maybe they're alive, but that's what they're doing is they're making undead things.
That's always fun.
They are gathering a basket, like a bouquet of Amazonian people.
A bastard in a basket, you say.
They are looking for a bridal party.
Well, I think
Okay, no.
I don't know where you're going with that one, girl, but good try.
They're slicing through the forest with their weapon.
I just feel like they picked up something that might have been important to this village, but I can't understand what he's saying.
Why don't you all roll a judge intentions?
Beheading the goblet. Okay.
It's like he's cupping some balls.
Bunch of pig-headed trogs and a dwarf standing around puzzling really hard.
Sent their best men on this one.
Yeah. It's like, there's a troll, 2 orcs, and a dwarf. This is not the A team of brains here.
I mean, 4. What did they say, Shakespeare?
I got nothing.
Yeah, I know.
So she's like, I got nothing.
I know Spark's not getting it.
Zargan got a 5.
However, Zargan
She ain't the most
and Glynis.
Yeah.
And Amir Jador, did you roll?
You got a 3.
All right.
I'm waiting for my roll to...
Oh, there goes 4. Yeah,
4.
He seems to be talking about something underneath, underground, maybe.
Is there caverns
under the mountains? Cave systems?
One of the tribesmen standing beside him says something to him, and he nods once.
Caves?
Can you take us to where these people be scooping it up so I can take a look at it?
He nods.
Let's go.
And he leads you out into the jungle.
Well, I pull out my biggest gun that I got.
Okay. Zargan, as you guys find yourself off packed earth, you find your armor increasingly difficult to navigate through the dense jungle foliage.
That's when I pull out my axe and start hacking my way through the underbrush.
Yep, that will help. You guys travel for some time through the trees until you come upon sort of like the edge of a cliff. And you look out over this vast valley and mountains rolling. And you appear to be on sort of some raised rock with trees all over the top of it and then down below you. But you also appear to be above the clouds. After a couple of hours almost, he sort of stops and looks around and then sits down, basically, in this, in amongst the trees, basically, and sort of like motions in front of him.
Is this a spot, or do you want me to sit down?
He just looks at you.
All right. Well, I'd take a seat across from him, I suppose.
What's everybody else doing?
Standing there in my big ass armor. It's kind of hard to take a seat in this thing right now. I'm just gonna stand here.
Can I roll a perception looking down into this?
Yeah, go ahead.
And Mirador is gonna kind of check out the area as well.
Yep.
Did 2 give me anything?
You start looking around the clearing, or sort of in the amongst the trees there.
Zargan's on Overwatch. He's gonna be perceptive, but he's not specifically looking for anything. He's just passively aware of the area in case he sees movement.
Mirador, you find yourself almost tripping over a rusted metal ring.
Let's check out the ring.
It appears to be attached to the ground.
Pull it, Dwarf. Pull.
All right, give me the entrenching tool, and I'm gonna bash somebody's skull in at the first mining joke.
This appears to be a seal or something.
The door?
Does it have funky writing on it? Does it look like some of that magic mumbo jumbo stuff?
Actually, the more that you look at it and you sort of clear away the moss and overgrowth on top of this thing, you do find some strange symbols on it. One of them, most prominent, is a swastika.
Nazi gold.
Well, that's interesting. Well, let's see. But what would my character know?
About Nazis? I hope not much. An odd amount.
You both go Indiana Jones on this one.
And the writing, it does appear to be in German.
I do not speak German.
All right, my character will know virtually nothing about what this is.
So yeah, it looks like magic mumbo jumbo.
In fact, right?
And more to the point, really old magic mumbo jumbo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, would a knowledge of national threats give any information about any German and Amazonian connections or partnerships that
Give me an example of a national threat.
like secret alliances or between, let's say, Germany and Amazonia that could pose a threat to Aslan, since it's one of the places that has not gotten along with Amazonia in recent years.
Do you think that Amazonia, or Aslan for that matter, has any threat from Nazi Germany?
No, not in this century.
But
So
like,
then why
Germany and Amazonia
then why would you
have
think
well-known-
that would fit in that knowledge skill?
Because Germany and Amazonia have some known partnerships and communications, and that they could be
In the past, that's true. Yes.
yeah.
I mean, do you have like history?
Hey, didn't I see this on the History Channel once?
Do you have
about
history
aliens?
as a knowledge skill?
No, I don't.
I have architecture.
No.
What do I know about the thing itself that it is on?
Architecture would be like buildings.
Is like the seal on something? Like it's connected to like a building underground?
Potentially.
Okay, from my character's perspective, the question now is, hey, Hoofy Girl, you want to blow this thing or should we
Hoofy
call it
girl.
in?
I can come take a look at it anyway, and I get up from where I was sitting and come over and look at it. Try pulling on it a few times. Can I see where there's a seal around it, like where I could see like a manhole cover, you know?
You find the bolts which hold this thing into whatever shaft it attaches to.
All right, I think I can blow this thing up, but I mean, it's gonna be loud.
Submarine?
Submarine?
All right, I'm gonna start setting it charges, I suppose.
Is there a signal coming from this?
What do I got with me here?
I'll take that as a no. All right.
Oh no, lasers! Ah!
It's hard to get good
What,
music in this thing.
I did not sign up for a laser gun battle.
I mean, the answer would be yes, there's a signal coming from it if there's lasers. Definitely, I would be able to see the laser gun, as they would clearly have a signal.
There, that's better.
Raining in the gym.
Laser guns. What's this world coming to? Next thing you're gonna tell me that there's dragons in the forest.
No, they're just in, the skyscrapers.
So what are we doing with the? What are we doing with this door?
Well,
Blowing it up?
I'm trying to blow it up. I got my foam explosives. So I'm just going around the
Do you want to
rim of it, I
Do you want to
suppose.
just try to open it?
I mean, I did tug on it. We both did.
Then give me a lift carry, maybe.
I mean, shoot, if I knew I could just open it up, I wouldn't have wasted all this demolition crap.
Open it like, Ghost in the Shell. Just,
Rip my own arms off.
just really put your back into it.
Do I get any kind of
You can do it. Put your
modifier?
back into it.
With help? Can I add anything?
I can help you.
or-
I can help you.
I'll roll it.
Just roll lift carry.
Right?
All right. Geez.
It's not that big.
Well, I got 2 successes.
Okay, you struggle. It appears to be rusted.
Mirador's gonna try.
Yep.
Try opening the thing, Shakespeare. You can do it.
3 successes.
All right. Mutador sort of get out of the way, hooves.
Well,
Spits
now,
spits on both his hands and grabs a hold of this thing, and then almost bursts a blood vessel and struggles. It does not open. It's rusted.
Okay. Mirador says, "Oh well," and is now going to go a safe distance away, and then double that distance further.
Zargan, you go and give it a shot in your power armor, or whatever, military armor, basically.
Yeah.
And you feel it, like some of the rust crusts off and falls, and you feel it shift, but it doesn't turn.
Okay. Can I help?
Yeah, you're pretty strong, right? Get in there. I'm over here straining my, augmented muscles and everything.
Yeah, you're a troll. You on your own, you can't do it.
Let's do it together, Zargan. You and I together, we can do this.
All right.
I'm not sure there's enough room for both of you to do it.
One on each end?
It's not that big a wheel.
All right.
It's a wheel, or is it like a manhole cover?
It's like a circle.
Again?
Oh, you know what? Here, I have
Like
200 meters of reinforced rope. Tie it on there. Everybody grab hold and pull.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
let's
gonna
give it a
lash it
shot.
with the rope. Yeah. All right. All together now. 1, 2, 3.
So then Zargan roll at a +6.
Nice.
Wait, didn't I just see this game on Squid Game?
That'll do it. With everybody hauling, the rope struggles and bucks, but you manage to turn the wheel, and then all the rust breaks off, and you can twist it until it pops open. And it literally does pop. Some sort of seal is released as you pull this back and stare down into darkness.
Well, gentlemen first.
Who has a flare?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I look back at the guy and I'm like, is this
Got a grapple gun.
what you were talking about with the scooping?
The tribesmen are gone.
Well, damn.
I'm gonna activate thermal vision and look down the pipe. Any activity?
It's cold all the way down, except it seems to be warm at the bottom.
I'll relay as much. It seems to get warmer once you get inside.
Well, I hope that wasn't a funny little trick, but I mean, if y'all want to go down there, I'll hold the rope on this end.
Probably stairs. They might be rusty. I do have a grapple gun.
Or a ladder?
Yeah.
We have my 200.
It is a
meters
ladder.
of reinforced rope.
It's
There's a ladder. Good.
Yeah,
Collect my rope.
it is rusty though.
All right. Underground, this sounds like a dwarf time, so I will...
That is a disgusting racist. Dwarves don't go underground. Shut up.
So, yeah, I'll rig a form of climbing harness to secure myself to the rope, but otherwise use the rusty ladder and dark vision or whatever my dwarf vision is, and have a weapon ready and casually climb down.
Do you have anything implanted in your eyes?
No.
Okay. Then you just have natural thermographic vision.
Yep.
And you're going first?
Yes, I would go first.
Alrighty. You descend into darkness. This ladder is really friggin' long. The air down here is stuffy and sort of unpleasant. But once you reach the bottom, you you see like small lights, as if there's power in here.
Survey the area. Here, let me. I will roll perception, I guess.
Yeah, do that.
I'd like to roll for stealth and pull up my ruthenium polymer cloak of myself.
I guess it's us two left. You figure you're going down there too, girl?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, might as well. I'm gonna tie off the rope to a tree and start my descent as well.
Okay. That would help. All right. You guys descend into here.
You getting any kind of radio signal down here to the bird or what? Don't want to get caught in the underground without a way out.
I'm not sure. Let's check.
You don't actually. As you reach the bottom of this, there is no signal to the bird.
Well, it looks like it's gone dark.
Well,
however, you do pick up a signal down here.
But there's a signal down here. We're in a network, a closed network, I think.
It's like an underground bunker.
Appears
Oh,
to be,
seems
yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
Oh, Nazi bunker.
Not a U-boat?
Not a U-boat.
Okay.
It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
It's not.
Are there any like swastika flags on the walls, or?
It appears that if there was anything to that effect, a lot of it has been trashed, things on the walls and so on.
Can I make a perception test? I'm specifically looking for anything with this green god symbol on it.
Sure.
My God. I guess I can't see a damn thing.
Doing great.
Even the digital dice be cursed.
Zargo, take a look around. Sure.
It's not completely pitch dark. There do appear to be running lights, as if this thing is running off some sort of like backup generator. The air down here is stale, and there's dust all over everything. And like I said, the wall coverings, it appears that there were tapestries and so on, but most of them were pulled down or thrown on the ground.
Defiled.
Yeah, anything like that.
I'm gonna go kick around some of the stuff on the ground and see what they were.
They appear to be Nazi memorabilia.
Some of this stuff could be valuable. So.
You know, you got a point. Okay.
I find it odd a place like this so close to a popular tourist place hadn't been discovered before us.
Out in the middle of the jungle. I mean, awakened jungle at that, you know?
It is true, I suppose.
This being something that hasn't been found. If there's a signal down here and lights, I'm not sure.
Just seems weird that it wasn't ransacked. I guess it is ransacked,
Well,
but most of the stuff is torn down.
Like, if I needed a secret underground base, I'd start with a place like this.
True.
Doesn't seem like anybody's home, I hope.
Invisible Zargan begins to sneak up to the south.
You sneak into the hallway. Dimly lit. You're not picking up anybody, although there is a consistent noise somewhere off in the distance. A machine, something running.
Like the dull hum of a generator?
Yeah, something like that. The construction is weird. Like the walls seem unfamiliar, as if they're not made out of plascrete.
Are they made out of metal?
Some of them appear to be made out of wood.
Curious.
How strange.
Or some
Zargan takes a look down this hall here, and the tower's here.
The doors into those rooms are closed. The hallway is clear at the moment.
Zargan radios over to the group. All clear down the western hallway.
Yeah.
I'll start. I'll take up the rear anyway.
I'm away.
The door. We'll continue looking around and clearing the area.
I am gonna roll for architecture. I do have that as a knowledge skill, just kind of examining the walls.
Good call.
It's logic.
Over that way.
Got 4 successes on that one.
What do you want to know?
Well, that's a good question. You said the walls are made out of wood. Does it seem like anything's behind it?
No, actually, it might be a paneling in some places, or some sort of press board.
Can I peel some of it back?
No. It doesn't peel.
I don't want to make too much noise. I feel like I want to punch my fist through it, but maybe I'll wait.
I think what I was trying to indicate was that the construction is old. They don't make it like this anymore.
But it must have been built right down into this rock layer, and then they put wood up around it. I can't see that being very safe.
Some sort of facade, yeah.
So it looks like we found a bunker. Okay. Do I see anything over this area?
Long hallway. It looks like crates line this hallway.
I want to check out the nearest convenient crate and see what's in it.
Medical supplies, largely. It looks like they were packing up to get out.
Recently?
No, everything's covered in dust and cobwebs.
Okay. They got any of that Nazi...
in.
Is there any of that Nazi meth in there?
Nazi meth. The good stuff. The old stuff.
There is a variety of... there's a variety of things, but it's all labeled in German.
Well, who knows?
He's like, follow your nose.
I'm gonna walk further in and start examining this room that I'm in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna... While she does that, I'm gonna go clear south here and see what this stuff is, which...
Just get murdered by the whole group because you're on the other side of the map.
Yes, you
Yeah,
are.
I'll
You are
come along with
wandering.
you.
You are wandering off on your own, Mirtador. Just so you're aware.
Glennis is right behind. I'm like, hold up, let's all stick together here.
You step out, however, Mirtador, onto a platform of what appears to be a subway tunnel.
Huh.
Ancient Nazi subway.
You can see that one end there is a rock fall, a cave in.
Okay.
The other one travels off into darkness.
So I can see things like stairs and various entrances over here, correct?
Mm-hmm. Do you have some sort of light source?
I've got my natural thermographic vision.
That doesn't provide a light source. It would let you see heat signatures.
Well, then yes, I have a light source.
Okay. I believe you. What's everybody else doing?
I'm turning on my low light.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, can we all communicate with each other still?
You can communicate with each other, yes.
Through comm links or radio or whatever.
Glenn, you're picking up this consistent transmission.
Can I make a recording of it and run it through a translating
It
app?
appears to be in some sort of code, yeah.
Okay.
I'm taking a good look around the room, look for any papers, symbolism, or anything else that I can find that would be in connection with these masked men.
No.
I'm gonna try to do that.
No, it doesn't seem to be connected. The room that you're in is a small office.
Okay. I think here is going to be a very important question. I want to look around since I'm out here alone through the dust. I want to see if there's any sign that anyone else has been walking through here before us.
Perception test.
Looking for the footprints of the dust, you know?
3.
The door to your... I can't mark. You can't see me clicking, eh?
No, do you mean this one?
Yes. So those doors appear to be sealed. A large lock, turning lock, has that closed. However, the doors further over here have scorch marks, much like the village.
All right. I will radio update the team, and I'm going to make my way this way. I want to check out the lock a little closer and see if there's windows in these doors that I could look through or anything.
They're not, and they appear to be blast doors.
All right. I'm going to pass by those and then check out these.
Those are sheared off, at least the one on the left is. The one on the right is not closing properly, and it's just sort of like hitting the broken door.
Then I will approach and check out the interior.
As you shine your light into this room, you see more scorch marks. And several corpses. They are long since decayed, and are basically skeletons in Nazi uniforms. At the back of the room, there is a large military crate, which is burst apart. And you can see that black scorch on the floor there.
Yep.
That's where the scorch marks start. Looks as though something exploded, maybe, and then scorch marks up along the wall behind it, and in other places in this room.
So something exploded out of a crate, and
Or something exploded the crate.
okay, but whatever it is obviously not here. So I'm going to radio them, continue investigating the room, check the corpses, pocket any convenient souvenirs.
Lots of gold,
You find a nice lighter. Still
That'll
works.
Score.
I'll radio Mirtador to reconvene with the rest of the group now.
Okay. Is there anything else in the other crates, or is there a further door like here to the north?
No, there's no doors in that room.
All right.
It appears to have been a storeroom. Or that's what they were using it for.
I will reconvene on Zargan.
As you make your way back along the platform, and you pass by those blast doors, you swear you hear something rattle.
Sus.
Super sus. I will let the group know that as well.
Delightful. I'm glad you heard something rattling behind the door.
Behind blast doors, I mean really freaking big doors.
Huge doors, bigly doors is what you're telling me.
You guys reconvene back by the office. All the paperwork here is in German, and a lot of it's like molded or rotted past the point of being like the paper's very frail, brittle. Are you guys just hanging out in this office?
Well, to be honest, I would have gone and investigated some of the other rooms as well if there was nothing in this one.
Whereabouts?
Let's go to the one right across. So we'll go in this one now.
I want to follow the signal.
The signal's being transmitted from the room that Spark has gone into.
I'm heading in there too.
I'm going to go peek around this corner carefully.
Did I have any luck with that code?
We can roll for that if you'd like.
Sure.
But as far as your stuff figures it out, it's a distress signal in German. And apparently they're using a World War II era code.
Okay.
The room that you enter into there has 3 large banks, which appear to be some sort of ancient terminal, running with all these massive wires across the floor to to even newer but still old looking tech. In the corner, however, is a modern terminal which appears to be attached to the whole thing.
Okay. I'll take a look at the terminal.
How did that get down here without the dust getting disturbed?
The terminal is on and appears to be running calculations. There's a coffee machine on the counter on the far left wall, and like a variety of wires and tech stuff on the table beside it.
Some coffee. How fresh is that coffee?
No coffee's been made, but the coffee maker is more modern.
I'm gonna leave her to her work, and I'm gonna go over to the next one over here.
This door is locked.
Can I see through any kind of windows or anything, or is it just
It
a
appears to
solid
be.
door?
It appears to be an operations suite.
Like medical?
Yep.
Stuff.
Does anybody? What kind of lock is this?
It's an electronic lock.
Built in like the doors.
Yeah, like it's the door itself appears to be electronically controlled from somewhere.
I mean, I might be able to open it. Can I try to get on this terminal?
Which one are you going on to? The terminal in the corner?
All of them.
So the terminal in the corner is modern. It's what you would be used to.
Sure.
And he's using iconography. Whereas all the black boxes on the far side, these strange towers and so on, appear to be like the readouts.
Be in binary code.
Well, no,
so.
their readouts are on green and white screens, and then the large machines against the back wall appear to use cards, which are piled up in front.
Okay.
The terminal in front of you is running calculations.
Great. Okay. So, can I try to get on this computer? Is it like locked? Is there a password? Is it just?
It appears to be open. It's currently running calculations.
Great. Can I understand them? What would I? Would this be like cyber technology, computer?
It's math.
Okay. I don't know what I would roll for that.
What are you trying to do? Just to understand them?
I'm just trying to, understand it and see what kind of files are on these computers that it's running.
If you
it's connected to.
If you're trying to understand the equations, that's a math roll. If you're trying to use the computer, it's computer logic.
Okay, so I'm trying to use a computer. I wanted to see if it's connected to a security system or like doors.
Yep. So roll computer logic.
That. Okay. I got 3.
You type in a few keystrokes and hit escape. The thing that's doing calculation says, "Do you wish to stop the simulation?" Yes, no.
Stop the simulation? Yes.
It says, "Are you sure?" Yes, no.
Guys. What simulate? Are we in a simulation? Okay, yes.
The world ends.
The calculations finish, and a bear prompt sits waiting in front of you.
Okay.
One of the machines behind you goes ding, and then something starts spitting out paper, and like this dot matrix printer it starts like just going off, and paper starts pouring out of it.
Take a look at the paper that's coming out and the data.
It appears to be it starts off simulation incomplete.
Does it give me any data sets?
Or inconclusive, it says. And then it runs all these different equations for the simulation, and it's constantly printing.
Okay, so I'm looking at the equations, and do I see anything like I have skills in hacking, in electronic warfare, in cyber technology, biotechnology, cyber combat, chemistry. Would any of those equations, like, do I notice any biological formulas from my chemistry or biotechnology, or any codes that I would recognize in the data sets?
You can just roll logic.
Okay. 1 success.
It doesn't appear to be biology.
Okay.
It appears to be astronomy?
Astronomy. So I'm going to say over the subvocal, hey guys, I think I stopped a simulation, but there seems to be some kind of astronomical data set attached to these computers.
Girl, that's just nonsense to me. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Astronomy. Are there any comets or like astronomy stations around here checking for bodies or for comets, for bombs, for... Do we have anything? Is there anything we can check?
I start coming back into the computer room with her, and I'm like, girl, what are you talking about?
These data sets seem to have something to do with astronomy.
What the hell is astronomy? I mean,
like
zodiac and stuff?
Like, I'm a Virgo. Does that help?
Not astrology. No, astronomy, as I understand, like planets and stars and shit, satellites.
It's far out, man. I have no idea.
Okay. I'm gonna try to hack into this. Can I roll hacking?
Hacking, you have access.
Great. Hacking into the program to see what it's...
Roll computer logic.
So you want to go look at the source code, which unfortunately comes in punch card form.
Yeah. I got 5 this time.
Okay, so the terminal that you're on...
punch card.
The terminal that you're currently using apparently is collecting data from the other machines in the room.
Mm-hmm.
The original program is running off of punch cards. It said it was running the Axis Sim.
Axis Sim.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like the Earth's orbital axis simulator?
It doesn't say that.
Okay.
And the terminal's been put there more recently. You see logs for previous simulations.
Mm-hmm.
One of them took 40 years.
Great. So, did that start in 1964?
You mean in 2064?
I mean, 2064?
No, the first log is from the 20s.
Okay.
1920s.
Does any data in here correspond with any of the dates we've been given or any of the events that we know of?
The only thing that matches that is that the terminal that you're on is probably from like 2064.
The terminal's from 2064-ish. Okay. Okay. Um, is there a way to search through this data for like catastrophic events or for results of any of the past simulations? Like, what are they trying to simulate and find a result for?
Another simulation was what basically translates to life theory. That one took 4 months. And the results were far too many mutations. That's what the notes are.
Okay. Are there any other documents or manifestos or data sets associated with the simulators in any of these devices?
There's an icon for Minesweeper on the desktop.
Minesweeper, like the old game?
Mm-hmm.
I remember learning about that from an ancient networks professor. Okay. Is it actually the game, or is it like an icon with something else attached to it?
It's the game.
All right. Well, I'm very tempted to play, but we probably don't have time for that right now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So did you find the door code for this door over here?
No. But if it's electronic, let me see.
The high scores for Minesweeper are all for a JM.
JM.
JM? Do I recognize the initials?
I think it's pronounced Joseph Mengele.
I don't think Linus would know who that
It's
is.
a good guess, Mutador.
Unfortunately, Mirador would probably not know that.
It just pulls that right out of his ass. It's like, holy shit, he was right.
Peering around the corner, Mutador, you see like a cage that separates the end of the hallway from the room with the blast doors.
Obviously, I want to go check out the cage.
In that it's just like bars, like a gate, let's say, a barred gate that crosses that off. There's a set of staircase running upstairs, and what looks like a couple of bays for parking something.
Like right here?
Yeah, right there. Make a perception test. As you approach the gate, something falls and makes a clang noise, like something rolls off one of the stacked crates and clangs in the darkness, and you catch just a hint of a thermal trail moving towards the stairs as you reach the edge of the gate.
Does it look like a rat?
Seem larger than that.
Okay, and so can I see through the gate here? Does these appear to be the other side of those blast doors?
Yeah, it does.
Huh.
Oh, sorry. Those stairs go down, not up.
All right. Does looking through the dust and the dirt on the floor and everything, does this area appear to have had recent activity?
Oh, yeah. The dust on the floor appears to be disturbed.
And does this gate appear to be in good repair and recently used?
It doesn't appear to be recently used, but it is in good repair and appears to also be electronically controlled.
Okay, I will call this back to the group.
Okay, I'm gonna come over and try to open the electronic door.
I'm moving up as well.
The the controls appear to be connected to a key card reader beside the door.
Okay.
Wait 1 second. I want to try something. While I'm here in the area and there's cracks, I'm going to go find something. Can I slip a small object through the grate?
Yep.
All right. I want to find a piece of something that will be big enough that I can kind of toss in here and maybe down the stairs, and then we'll wait and listen to see if anything happens.
What are you putting on the other side of the bars?
Anything that would bounce and make noise. A rock, a paperweight, anything small like that.
Okay. You toss a can. It's an empty can of beans. You toss that through the gate. It clatters and rolls into the darkness. A couple seconds later, the can bounces back towards the gate.
No. Stupid little man.
And that's where we're going to leave it for tonight, guys.
What?
I shoot Matador in the face.
Okay, roll it.
No. No, it'd be all right. Next.
All right. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I want to thank anybody who was watching for joining us. We're going to try for next week. Is that going to work?
Hopefully.
Yeah. So welcome back to Shadowrun Triptych. Thank you for joining us. I know it's been a bit of a hiatus since before Christmas, I think. But Shadowrun Triptych, or as I like to call it, scheduling nightmare. But it's been fun. So thanks, and we will see you guys next time. Say goodbye, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.